Everyone, hello everyone. I hope everybody is doing great this Saturday. We're having a few technical difficulties earlier when we try to start the live. We are here. Let's see. I'm really excited today. We are doing this live video with one of these amazing Chicago artists. She's not only an international artist, but she's also she's just pretty much a powerhouse of a woman. So I'm going to introduce you to her in a little bit. But first, I want you to get to know a little bit about who Ivelisse is. She is, man, she's a powerhouse of a woman. She, one of the reasons why I wanted her to be part of this interview, the Someone You Should Know interviews, because as part of my mission is to be able to celebrate anything con Afro-Latinidad. So anybody that celebrates Black culture and Black music, whether it's somewhere in the diaspora in the US or the diaspora, the African diaspora in the Americas. So I am really honored to have her on this interview, and man, I am very grateful. So we were having technical difficulties, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce her and tell you a little bit about her before she joins us. She is an Afro-Puerto Rican dancer, musician, and educator. She's the founder of La Escuelita Bombera de Corazón. She is also a founder or a co-founder of Bomba, which is a female group of Bomba dancers and singers and vocalists. And she's the co-founding member and lead vocalist of Bomba, which is another amazing performing group from Chicago that have traveled around the world to share their passion and the beauty of Bomba. But before she comes on, I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody, I'm going to go ahead and share this. So if you're on it, please share. I know that we did this, we tried to do this earlier, but I want to make sure that you go ahead and share. If you have any questions, when we're doing the interview, if you have any questions for Ivelisse, please write it in the comments. You can write it in the comments, and I will try my best to make sure that that we answer the questions. I'm gonna try to make sure that she shares as much as she can, so you guys get to know how awesome she is. But also, I want to be able to have you guys join in the conversation. So we have eight viewers. I'm so happy we have 8 viewers because we're about to have Ivelisse join us. And Ivelisse, before we start, I just wanted to share some music from Ivelisse. And here we go. Let's see if I can. Yes, that voice is the powerhouse of a woman and voice. So let's go ahead and invite Ivelisse to join us. Ivelisse, join us. How are you today? Let's see.
Let's get it. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Estoy bien. Finalmente, we got it together.
Together. This Facebook Live is like my first time doing Facebook Live virtual Zoom meeting and like streaming it. I was trying to figure it out, but I'm so glad that we got it going. So we have 2 comments. Let's see. I want to make sure that so we have Brooklyn in the house, Juan Helena, Chanel.
Oh, them is my peoples. Them is my peoples. You're gonna see them. Hey, and you know what? They're gonna be on the live, and we got a little nice chat. You
wanna nice. We have Gladys Tatiana Correa Acevedo. Let's go, Ivelisse. And
one of my people.
Oh. He loves that song I played. I love that song I played.
Yes. It's a traditional song. It's really dope. I love it. It's actually a Marcelino Quiereme, pero yo siempre, tú sabes, le doy el toque mío y cosas así. So happy Saturday to everybody que están live conmigo. Vamos a hablar de la cultura, promoviendo para educar la gente, right? Because it works all around and stuff like that. So I'm going to be speaking Spanglish, si se puede, porque
claro que sí.
Hay que entenderlo un poco, todo el mundo. Esto vale un montón. Gracias. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I am very grateful that you are here. I think that not only have I been wanting to collaborate with you, but I am a big fan. I mean, I think that I was telling you, I was watching some of the videos and like even the 3 Arts video that I shared earlier on the page, and I heard your voice, and it's like one of those voices that like it just ignites this all these emotions. And for me it was like, wow, almost kind of makes you emotional. I mean, your voice could ignite all kinds of, ignites power, ignites girl specifically. For me, I'm not saying I can only speak for myself, but it's just beautiful. It really hits the soul. So I'm really grateful that you took the time. I know you're really busy, and I really appreciate you being here and being part of this.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, yes. So I have Ivelisse Díaz here, my best friend from Florida. She's watching.
Hey, what's up?
We have Julie Laporte Guayana, Sarai Santa.
Oh, Guayama, Julie Laporte, Colectivo Umoja from Guayama. Yes, that's where I'm from. That's where my family's from. Guayama, mucho amor.
Qué bueno. Que gracias a todos que están aquí. Thank you, everybody that's joining us. I love you too, Marisa. Marisa, I love her. I'm so grateful for her. I'm like, Marisa, you gotta help me with this, because they're doing awesome work over there with that production. So let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to kind of go ahead and give you the stage and tell us who is Ivelisse Díaz. I know who you are, but I want everybody to really get to know the amazing, powerful woman that you are. So tell us about your background, where you grew up, and who you are.
Well, I am Ivelisse Díaz, Bombera de Corazón. I am born and raised in Humboldt Park in el barrio Boricua de Chicago. I am a fierce Boricua. I am a lover of cultura, de la bomba y la plena, cultura de Puerto Rico. And I am the founder of La Escuelita Bombera de Corazón. We're going on to 11 years this November. Founding member, not co-founder of Bomba con Bulla, but a co-founding member because Bulla is a collective. And so we gotta, give credit where it's due and stuff like that. So I am a co-founding member. Can't forget about Berto, Piro, Hector, Ertan, John, Arif, all of us all together, Maria, everybody that's come through. And then I'm a co-director of Las Bompleneras, which is one of the all women group. Aquí en Chicago, pero una de las 9 que hay all around and stuff like that. So it's really dope. It's really dope. Pero I'm here in the hood. I'm here en la comunidad, en el barrio de Humboldt Park. Y ahí es donde yo vengo de corazón. Y también soy de Guayama, que eso yo no lo suelto para nada. I don't let go of where our home is at, where my grandparents were born, my father, my mother. And so it's much love. There's much love.
Nice. Tell us a little bit about you were awarded an award last year, 2019, by 3Arts. Tell us how that came about, and how did you feel when you received that community award, that award from 3Arts? I mean, that's pretty amazing.
3Arts, shout out to my 3Arts family. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful movement that the 3Arts have. This is a anonymous award giving grant. You are nominated by people in the city. So it's not a grant that you can apply for. You can only accept your award, like accept the nomination, and then you have to to apply and stuff like that. So I thought that was really dope. How you sometimes feel like you're doing work and stuff like that, and even if you're doing cultural work, which is something that we fight, I think, in all aspects when we're talking about like cultural music, traditional music, it's usually overseen, ¿verdad? Cuando viene a la música de género, ¿verdad? De descendencia africana, de lo que estamos hablando. Algunas veces uno se siente que los fondos, tú sabes, no dan dinero, no apoyan y cosas así. So when I received that award, it wasn't about just Ivelisse Díaz. It's about like, wow, the movement here in Chicago, the movement everywhere, everybody's looking into Bomba, and it's beautiful because it's a music of resistance. So se debe de usar, no solamente tiene que ser del guille, it doesn't only have to be about fun and stuff like that, but it's a power move, you know, it's a political statement, right? An ongoing one. So I was very shocked. I was nominated a few times and stuff, and I never applied. Actually, I didn't know what it was. I'm new to this, you know, when you're doing cultural, you know, work, stuff like that, it takes time, you know what I'm saying? It takes time, and sometimes, but yo no entendía los de grants. So when I got accepted, yo dije, tú sabes qué, le voy a tirar. You know, and so I did, and I was very grateful. You know, I was very grateful, and with that, I was able to take, you know, go to Puerto Rico with, you know, with my students 3 days later. You know, we had so many things in play that it just came in a perfect time, and it was a beautiful thing. I was really taken back, and I was very proud. It was a very proud moment for my people, for para la música, porque la bomba, it deserves that attention. It deserves grants. It deserves, you know, for you to fund and invest in people that are doing the work. Yeah. You know, uno no tiene que esperar hasta que uno esté en los Grammys o lo que sea. El trabajo que uno está haciendo ahora is what matters. And so it's a beautiful thing que Vela 3 Arts, you know, invest and stuff like that. So it was really exciting. And that also brings you an opportunity to sit at different tables and bring awareness to Black music.
Yes. Yes.
Sentarse en una mesa, tú sabes, decir, no, esto es lo que debe de decir, esto es lo que se debe de hacer y cosas así. So, es una cosa bien bella. It's really beautiful, man. It's really beautiful. I'm very grateful. And 3 Arts has been a supporting team for me. They support me. They call me. And it's a nonprofit organization that actually they only give grants to people of color, you know, women but women and just people, artists of color, de todo concentrations, music, teaching artists, all this stuff. So it's really dope.
No, y te lo mereciste. And some of the people commenting, they say it was well deserved because of the work that you do in the community.
And you can't do anything without community. So thank you a todo el corillo, todos los corillos que yo quiero mucho, que me apoyan everywhere I go, from in this community to outside of this community. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative for that I was able to be discussed, and this opens doors for all of us, just not me.
Yeah. So I know for, you know, a lot of the people that are joining us and are watching this live are probably very familiar with Bomba, but there may be some that are not too familiar with Bomba. And I wondered if you could just briefly tell our viewers, what is Bomba? What is that genre of Bomba? And also, if after you share a little bit about what is Bomba, if you want to just share, how is Bomba a tool of resistance or a tool of self-preservation, a tool for healing for you and for your students?
So definitely. So let's start talking. Bomba is it's a music of resistance. It is the oldest genre de Puerto Rico, el género más antiguo de Puerto Rico, ¿verdad? Música de resistencia, right? As you start learning about it, you know, I started at a very young age, one of two families that were here doing the work. Sobrina de Eli Samuel Rodriguez, shout out to my uncle, and shout out to another one of our elders, Tito Rodriguez. Oh my God, I love my elders. I had to say I love my elders. So it's music of resistance and stuff like that, and el género más antiguo de Puerto Rico. So it tells stories. You live the story. It tells you history about who you are, what happened back then. It's the for when it comes to our story, como Boricua, muchos dicen que it's just the African influence. And yes, it's the African influence, but it's fundamentals of what a Boricua is. And it's beautiful. Esta música está riquísima. La bomba es riquísima. Not only that, but it does have influences of other genres and has been the root of other genres también. You know, when we talk about like salsa and stuff like that, like just like when we're talking about Black music, this is over 400 years old. So esto es más que nosotros sabemos. You know, es un género tan y tan bello de explorar, because it opens up understanding to everything else. You know, and cómo tú te sientes. Y todo el mundo es diferente. Some people like the singing. Some people are driven through the drumming. Some people are driven through the community based of it. Some people are driven as the healing source of it, you know. Y la bomba, and I know that my people are going to laugh right now porque siempre están de eso, pero la bomba espiritual, you know, la bomba is not a religion. You know, it's not religious. It doesn't belong to any religion or anything. It is spiritual and stuff. It is the way that community can come together and heal y reírse y también enojarse si se siente, you know, mad. You know, this is Black music. This is Black and brown music. So we're mad right now. So you're not always going to see smiles and stuff like that, but this is an outlet on where we can express ourselves, cantar esas canciones, bailar, y que venga somebody that plays the drums, te puede dar un lenguaje, bam, 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 and we're talking stuff that we're just tired of saying.
Right.
So this is why it becomes music of healing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something that, you know, yes, we can explore a history, and of course, we have to explore history to give us fundamentals, pero los fundamentos tiene otros niveles. Which is how we get into the aspect of history being ongoing. La bomba es documentado, pero también es historia oral. You know, there's some things that have happened that haven't been documented. People didn't document. You know, not everybody was everywhere, you know, when we're talking about it. And so it's really dope because when we're talking about that, it gives people an opportunity to still be part of this. No importa si tú empiezas a aprender la bomba ayer, el día antes de ayer, or 20 years ago and stuff. It's an ongoing thing that continues to, you know, to grow. La evolución de la bomba, you know, it's something that's always gonna, siempre va a cargar esa vida where you come back and you want to know more about yourself, you know. Como boricua, sí, como boricua y como boricua también te soluciona, you know, como una, you know, like a remedy of, you know, like a healing.
Right. Yeah, and I think that I really like that point that you said, you know, it's part of healing and it takes you back and you can learn more about it. So for example, when you say that even if you like learned it a long time ago and you have been dancing and you go back to it, it's like you feel it again. I say that because I grew up in Puerto Rico, and you know, I think for any Afro-Caribbean or any Caribbean, you don't have to be Afro-Caribbean, for any Caribbean or anybody in Latin America or the US, I think exposed to genres that really are beyond the mainstream, such as Bomba, which is historical and it's powerful and it's spiritual. And like you said, not religious, spiritual, right? It hits your soul. It is helpful because it gives you an opportunity to kind of live in the moment and mindfulness, which is really important nowadays, right? That piece of mindfulness, like being mindful of this moment and feel it. And every time that I've gone to a bombazo or any experience that has been a community gathering with Bomba, is just, you feel it in your soul. Even if you just sit back, you know, even if you just sit there and you just watch. And I think that's the beautiful part of Bomba, the community piece of it.
Yeah, and this is for everybody. It's healing for everybody. La bomba no es solamente para los niños. You know, es para los adultos también. You know, we have so many adults that you know can have that gift and that tool. They have that tool and that power to break these generational barriers, ¿verdad? Porque no podemos seguir solamente diciendo que, you know what I'm saying, bueno, mis padres no me enseñaron el español, or my parents didn't do this and stuff like that. Like, it's a great tool to give adults a chance to learn as well. You know what I'm saying? But y también I'm also pro just, you know, explore Black music. You know, I say Black music is only a boat stop. You know what I'm saying? So tú vas a ver similares, you know, similarities to lo que es, you know, lo que es la bomba aquí. Uno va para Cuba, tumba francesa, and it's just like, you know, you talk about all the different Black music that has influences in one, you know, and so it's healing. It's healing, and you know what? Healing doesn't have to be like kumbaya, kumbaya. You know, healing doesn't have to be that. So when we're talking about healing, like healing is very transparent, and sometimes healing is not fun. You know, healing. Pues seguro, cuando estamos hablando de la música de la bomba, no todo el mundo tiene a smile on their face. You know what I'm saying? You're living it what it is. You're living, and you're connecting that history que viene de over 400 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You share it. You know, you share it and you connect and you time travel. Eso es lo que me encanta con la bomba. You time travel. Y hay otra música que hace, you know, it makes people do that. Yes. You know, for is whatever, Jamaican music, you know, se van para Colombia, se van para Cuba, se van para, you know, Haiti o lo que sea, you know what I'm saying, wherever you find healing, but it's Black music and it's sabroso.
Yes, buenísimo. The diaspora is
seguro que sí. Seguro que sí.
Happy right now. Our ancestors are happy. They refuse. I always say they refuse to let their stories go untold. So I'm glad that we continue to be able to celebrate that, right? Go back to the Escuelita later on because I really want our viewers, whoever is viewing this interview, and you're interested, I think you should definitely look into registering for one of the virtual classes that you're having now. But I'm going to go back to, I'm going to tag all that information at the end. But I want to backtrack and I want to hear, tell me, why did you start the Escuelita? What like motivated you? Like, what was that moment you said, I'm doing this? Like, I know you've been in Bomba for a while, even as a child, but when was that moment that you took on that commitment of saying, I'm moving on with making sure I share Bomba as an educator to the community and to the world?
So one of my biggest inspiration, her name is Amaya Justiniano. That's my shorty, that's my baby girl. And yo siempre ha sido fiebrúa. You know, I've always liked to be in Bomba. I've always liked let's get together, let's blah, 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 let's this. And, you know, just being part of tribes and circles that, you know, push you to do so, you know, to do better every time. I just thought that I needed to be out here teaching. You know, it had been the first time I taught a class, I was 21 and I had been in Bomba since 5. And so these are things that are instilled in you when you're raised by mayores. Tú sabes, hasta, you know, cuando uno va a enseñar su primera clase de Bomba, uno tiene que estar ready, you know, and we're losing that. Y estamos perdiendo esa esencia, you know? And so I thought it was important to also bring a different aspect of learning. In Bomba class, we don't have to be like so strict, blah, blah, but talk about it. I'm a wild child, but also, you know, I wanted to be out here teaching. I wanted to teach. I felt like I had the tools and I had the resources and the talent to teach. So why not give? ¿Verdad? Porque también como responsabilidad, si puedes enseñar, pues hazlo. You know, it's one thing having talent, and there's another thing having the talent to teach. And so it took me so long. You know, people are like, what? You started at 5 and you didn't teach till 22? Yeah, because I felt like it's important. It's important to give myself those tools to do it. I started la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón porque es algo sabroso, se necesitaba, tenemos Africaribe también, you know, que ha sido uno de los grupos que también ha tenido una escuela de bomba, you know what I'm saying? We have Ruiz Belvis, you know, donde yo vengo, Ruiz Belvis Culture Center, donde empezó la bomba aquí en Chicago. El primer centro cultural puertorriqueño es Ruiz Belvis Culture Center. So we know when I say I'm talking about las semillas que se sembraron, que están haciendo todo, nos sembramos ahí.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always good to go back to history. So you know, the more you know, the better. Mm-hmm. So haciendo la Escuelita Bombera Corazón, nothing. I just wanted to create something, and I had some, you know, just to give my aportación a la cultura and stuff like that. And it's been a beautiful journey. I'm still growing. I'm still learning things. It's always a level up all the time. You know, as students come into my class, they level me up as well. So it's not a one-way street. This is a two-way street. As students start asking more, yo quiero darle más. And I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. But I am the person that's going to be calling y preguntando y haciendo lo que se debe de hacer porque ya uno no quiere caminar confundido. You don't want to be confused anymore. And so I've used this as a pipeline, you know, along que me ha apoyado toda la comunidad de Chicago. You know, when I started la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, you know, my elders supported me. Bompleneras, nuestro tambor was around at that time. We're talking about Bomba con Bulla, Africaribe. You know, these are things that, you know, they have supported my movement. Y yo he seguido con eso y ha sido una cosa bien linda. And so, seeing how it's still growing, it's a beautiful thing. And, you know, it's pretty dope. It's been my pipeline to learn a lot more. You know, as a maestra, you got to be a student as well, always, all day, every day. That's my fundamental.
I agree. I think me being in education as well, I think that's the key. Like in order to be a good educator, you need to be a good listener and you need to be able to be open to learning from your students. That's where you learn the most, right? When you take you sit back and you kind of let them take over, right? And then Okay. Um, it is very powerful. It's funny when you were saying that Ivelisse. I remember when I got here to Chicago when I was 10 years old, and I remember um just wanting something that connected me back to the culture, you know, being a newcomer to Chicago, and well, I grew up in Logan Square, so it was a melting pot of Latinos back then.
Eso era Boricua, Logan Square, yeah.
Now, ahora está un poquito más diferente, but back then it was a hub, right? But I wanted to I've always loved culture, and I found out about the Ruiz Belvis Bomba classes, and I took classes when I was a middle schooler. Maybe I was like 12 or 13 with Tito Rodriguez. Um,
Yes.
and I love him. I'm very grateful for him. I've continued a relationship with him throughout my journey, not only as a young woman, but also as an educator. So you see that, yes, I think that Bomba is welcoming to everybody, right? Like it doesn't matter if you don't have to be, and I want to make sure that people that are viewing this that are not familiar with Bomba and are interested in maybe taking a class, it's not just if you're Puerto Rican, it could be for anybody that wants to just have the experience of not only learning something new, but really exploring something that it is very powerful, and it could be a form of healing, which we talked about
Esa-
earlier. So I want you to tell me a little bit about, with this quarantine, we got to talk about the quarantine. Clearly this is why we're not doing it in person. That's why I usually do these in person. But tell me the transition, because you usually have a room full of people doing these classes, and it's powerful. You feel the energy. You're an extrovert, so I know you're like straight up like having a hard time with this quarantine.
Woo!
How was that transition between going in person, having these classes in person, and then saying, okay, I need to react, and I need to, my students need this, so I need to go virtual. How was that transition, and how is that working out?
What? That transition was painful. What? You will have me Googling, what is Zoom? How am I going to use this? What is virtual learning? Because, in all the years that I've been in Bomba, I've never had to experience having to move, and preservar, but that's our responsibility. Hay que preservar, ¿verdad? So, thinking of ways, pero, oh my God, Dios mío, gracias a Dios, God is dope, porque en verdad que hay que de verdad tener mucha paciencia, a lot of patience, just trying to move all this virtually, you know what I'm saying? But it was important because I had some of my students like, yo, maestra, we're gonna have classes and then knowing that people were like, I need it. Right now, everybody knows that we, first line responders, aside from lo que son medical y lo que son lo que, what feeds us and stuff like that has also been music and arts.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we people went online and brought all their business online so people can take music classes and art classes and all this stuff, and it was rough, but we did it. We're learning, which means that it's another aspect of La Escuelita que I have to explore. Yeah. Because now I have people in my classes from San Luis, New York, New Jersey, Florida, Utah, Cali. It's just from everywhere. And, hasta in Puerto Rico, so now it's exploring, which is a beautiful thing, porque qué rico es compartir con todo el mundo. Pero I tell you something, we also got to be careful because Bomba es de unión. So we can't get lost and just make it virtual porque le vamos a quitar la esencia. So I'm still exploring that and how to make it a balance, where, I'm saying, I'm not drowning my cultura and I'm not, negándola a la gente en donde quieren aprender, so it's a thing that I don't have the answers to. No tengo la respuesta. And so I'm just being very mindful how I move, but I'm very grateful que it's where the classes are going good. This is number three class. The classes are 5 classes each subject. So we're going into this the 4th class for La Escuelita. I will be doing next semester. I will be releasing all the information mañana, mi gente. And then I'll be doing it until the end of May, and then I'm gonna take a step back to see what's gonna be our next steps and stuff. So if you're interested in taking una clase con la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, this is your chance ahora. Pues porque no sé cómo vamos a mover las cosas dependiendo en lo que pasa en Chicago and how we can move around. Because bates are very important. being present is very important, and Zoom is just not going to be enough for me.
Yeah, yeah. I think that a lot of educators, whether it's dance teachers, class teachers like myself, you know, like it's painful. It is painful, but it is useful, and it is very, you know, one of our viewers said, you know, the class has been a blessing for them.
Who's that? I can't see. Who's that?
It is Mari Dixon. I am so
Marty. Yes, Marty's been doing dope in the classes. It's been really good. You know, I teach very differently. No reímos mucho. You know, we educate a lot. Soy bien regañona sometimes, but it's all with tough love. You know, because I know that people like, you know, Mari from, you know, and ella es de Florida. And so she's been able to, you know, take advantage of stuff. But I've also been able to share with her en los bates de Bomba allá in Florida too. So, you know, people are doing that work, and I'm really proud of all of us coming together. You know, y la gente están haciendo lives desde Loíza, desde Guayama, desde Mayagüez, you know, everybody, you know, Santurce. So all these Bomba families, all these Bomba people, we're talking about maestros en la diáspora, maestros en Puerto Rico. We're doing a great job in what we can, porque esto nunca nos ha tocado. You know, so you know what, big ups a todo el mundo que todavía sigue bombeando, sigue dándole amor a la cultura, pero también a nuestra gente, big ups, because this is something different, and so it's really important. It's love.
Yes. So I want to take a break from taking questions, and I just want to share with you some of the stuff that some of our viewers are saying. Gladys, I think she may be one of your
Gladys, what last name?
Gladys Tatiana Correa Acevedo has
Tatiana, what's up?
Since I'm far away, so she's really benefited from it. Charisse Rivera says it has opened up to us getting to meet new people in the diaspora.
That's right. That's my girl, Charisse, Brooklyn.
Yes. So Denise Diaz in Florida is asking, where in Florida? Is there like somebody that's giving classes in Florida? But before you answer that question, because I think you mentioned somebody in Florida, Denise, you can still take the virtual classes. So sign up for the virtual classes and then find out also about the person in Florida.
Yeah, where you at? If we have Taller Balance. He's Ángel Balance, which is un mayor en la Bomba, Florida. You know, tiene un mayor ahí bien sabroso. We also have La Familia Cepeda in Orlando as well, that ellos tienen un bate, su clase, Taller Balance da su bate, you know, they do their events. So these are people that I get to share space with and stuff like that cuando voy para allá para Florida. But those are the people that you can definitely explore, porque it's important to learn everywhere, pero también traer donde tú estás y llegar a los bombazos donde tú estás. So it's really dope. So hay para todo y hay bomba por todos lados.
Exactamente. Definitely, especially after this quarantine is over and classes resume in person, it'll be nice for people to find places where they could go to a bomba class or even a bombazo, or somewhere where people could gather and feel the music y sentir esta música.
Seguro.
Eso llega al corazón. I wanted to go ahead and ask you also, what is your vision for Escuelita Bombera de Corazón? I know that you're not sure, right? Quarantine is here. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. But what is your vision? Because as of now, you know, I'm sure where you are now is not where you knew it was going to be maybe when you started. And look how amazing. Look at all.
No, qué rico.
You know, what do you visualize? Do you have a vision, or are you just kind of having the universe just kind of be able to pave the way as you continue with your passion? But do you have a vision for your escuelita?
So yeah, you know, there's this new honeycomb. There's a new center opening up on Washington and Division con Denise, right? And so I'm really excited. So hopefully that's going to be La Escuelita's a new home and stuff. La Escuelita has always been a traveling bomba school. not only physically, but también yo que he podido compartir con tantos bateis de bomba and so many bomba, groups and stuff like that. So my vision will always stay a traveling bomba school, as I've been able to share spaces. Di clase en La Bruquena, they gave me space, the Boys and Girls Club. We're talking about the Empowerment Center, the Diabetes Center, Ruiz Belvis, Elastic, so we've been moving around. And I know that for some people it's like, hey, you need, that's not stable, but I've also, I don't want to be tied down, because I want to be able to just pop up in communities and share space. It's also been a pipeline,
Mm-hmm.
So my visions for La Escuelita is to continue growing however it is that my path is going to be built up. I'm ready for it. Es mi bebé. It's 11 years already. Yo no me voy a quitar. 11 años aquí con La Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, and it's doing good. It's doing good, and it's important. It's important that I continue growing, and I love that the virtual classes también, it has me touching base again con los mayores and educating myself again and stuff like that. So I'm like a student with my students, what I'm saying, always, all day, so it's been good, what I'm saying, it's been good. So my vision is to continue growing and y que no muera la escuelita, porque está sabroso. En la escuelita comparten todos. En la escuelita comparten todos bomberos de todos lados que vienen, que, before we went, the Rona came to try to mess with us and stuff. Yeah, we would have bombazos, and we would have guests in here and stuff like that. So I still got some of that going on in my song and history classes. Donde tenemos los mayores that, they come in, people that are doing the studies come in and they talk to the students, because I feel like, we need to start educating the brains, porque aquí hay mucho sabor, mucho bailando, mucho tocando, mucho cantando, pero no tenemos enough fundamentals when we're talking about having time to like talk and this oral like education and stuff like that. And vamos a hablar de lo que es la historia and the different regions. So it's been a lot of fun exploring, que yo estoy aprendiendo también.
That's so good. I know that part of, I think when you mentioned that you like the fact that it's not just in one space, but that va de sitio en sitio algunas veces. I think there's power in that, right? Like the idea of like, even like when you talk about home, right? Like home is not a place, right? It's home is where the heart is, right? So Bomba, it shouldn't be tied down to a place, right? Even historically. It's what you make of it within the space cuando tienes un grupo de personas gathering together.
Seguro.
Right? So I love the idea of the fact that, whether you have, a space to teach the classes, but also always keep that as part of your journey. I think it's powerful because it gives an opportunity to spread the passion, the beauty of the bomba to different people, different communities. And you've traveled around. Tell us what has been your most interesting travel experience with bomba that you were like blown away, like, wow, I didn't even know they were into bomba like this.
So
place, right?
So I traveled, all the places I've traveled have been amazing. Amazing. Yo he podido compartir, and there's, like Cali, I've been traveling to Cali for the last 10 years, con bomba, con bulla, and alone as well, so there's community spaces that I, that I, it's from familia mía. The bomba brings family too, and union, what I'm saying? Aside from, people are, we talk about spaces, not negative, but in places that we have to grow in. There's some places, but there's some positivity. And so, sharing space has been a beautiful thing with everybody, porque yo me la gozo. Wherever they need me, I'm there. In 2019, one of the spaces that was really dope was Utah. Yes, so Utah, shout out to Bomba Marile. Yeah, shout out to Medium, which Medium is also una doctora boricua. Yes, y ella y Isaís, son directores del grupo de Utah, Bomba Marile. And so when they brought me out, I mean, una boricua del barrio waking up next to a mountain, because they lived in the mountains. I mean, una cosa bella. I was just shocked. I remember going into a gas station. I saw the ice castles and everything. Para mí yo estaba como una nena chiquita, porque yo siempre voy a escoger playa. All the time, los island yo siempre, pero it was really dope to see que se está formando una comunidad, and I remember getting out the car and going to a gas station, y me dijeron, you're not from over here, right? Me dijo alguien, and I'm like, no, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, you look too spicy. And so I was like, yes, I had my hoops on. Yeah, I had my red lipstick on too. So I know I look spicy. But but that has been, you know, that was really exciting. That was really exciting to be in the place and to see, you know, to see where they're at now. You know, tienen un grupo todo montado, una cosa bella, you know, just to see that había gente que bailaba en salsa. Just, you know, it was one of the places that I was really excited. Now this year, yo, I was really gonna, man, y uno de los viajes míos favoritos fue con la escuelita when I went with my students. Oh my God, we had a ball. We had a ball. It was the bomb. Que eso, tú sabes, si se repite, es que no sé si se repetiría igual, porque estaba tan sabroso. So those are one of, but this year, I was really excited to hit Philly up. I was really excited to hit Japan. I was supposed to be out in Japan. Yes. There's a Bomba group in Japan too.
Wow.
Yes, and I was really excited to go to Spain as well, con Bulla, con Bomba con Bulla. So, este año íbamos a gozar un montón, pero eso se dará. So, it ain't nothing. So,
seguir gozando, lo único que es un poquito diferente entre la cuarentena y todo, pero eso se va a dar. You know, that's going to come, and many more blessings are going to come because of the impact that you're having, the bright light that you are for the people that are taking your classes, that hear your voice, that just feel your presence. So that beautiful karma, that beautiful light, it's going to bring you and the people that support you and help you continue to celebrate this genre and this culture and this lifestyle of Bomba. Definitely many blessings are going to come.
And everybody, and blessings to everybody. Blessings to everybody que ha hecho el trabajo, todavía sigue haciendo el trabajo, everybody que está haciendo su comunidad y su trabajo. Blessings and big ups. We are doing a great job, and you need to hear it. Everybody's doing a great job, and we're out here trying to just grow more and do more, grow more and do more.
Yes. So I'm gonna definitely. I know some people are very interested in the classes, so I will make sure.
Yep.
I put and tag I'm gonna tag the Escuelita Bombera de Corazón on the comments, so you guys could go there. Or you could just go to Facebook, Escuelita de Corazón. It'll come out, but I'll definitely tag it. But I want to take some time to go ahead and see our viewers. Is there any specific questions you want to ask Ivelisse before we head out? Because we're gonna wrap it up in a little bit, but estamos donde
yeah.
So any questions? Let me see. Some people have. She's okay. So Jessica Flores says it's not a question, but I want to read it to you. She is awesome to be with and share space with in a Bombazo, Guayama. So
oh yes, de la familia Flores. So she is granddaughter of the oldest Bomba dancer right now, which is Don Miguel Flores, que es el mayor de Guayama. So ellos son parte de
power.
Yeah, ellos son parte de la familia Flores de Guayama. So big ups. Qué rico, ella es bella también.
Gracias, Gladys, por compartir esto. Eso es bueno. Yo creo, como siempre digo,
Jessica Flores, yeah, Jessica Flores. That's the one I was answering back to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Tatiana is one of my students. She's love, man. So I'm meeting a lot of new people. I'm meeting a lot of new people through my Zoom and stuff like that. So I'm really appreciative.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Jessica Flores that said that you were mentioning. I apologize. And then Gladys Tatiana is your student. She was also asking, she wants to ask, what is your biggest motivation to begin this movement? Which is probably in connection to what you mentioned earlier. So what is your biggest motivation? This is from Gladys Tatiana Correa Acevedo.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. It's just like uno se necesita levantarse y beberse esa agua. You need water, ¿verdad? Hay costumbres que nosotros tenemos todos los días that we need it. It's part of us. It's how we get up. It's how we're able to live. It's been a lifestyle. Bomba, I can't remember a life without Bomba. I really don't know. So this is what I know and stuff like that. So it continues to be a motivation, because if I want to get up and I want to live every day and I want to get up and be me, true to myself, lo que es Ivelisse Díaz, es una bombera. Eso siempre va a ser la motivación mía. and along with my brothers and sisters that also live this as a lifestyle, you know, like, and it's, and I'm not talking about on stage or nothing like this. Se toca en casa, tenemos los barriles en casa, tenemos panderos en casa, like, you know, it doesn't matter, like, even if there's a meeting going on, boom, ahí you know, se rompe la bomba, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lifestyle, no hay, para mí no hay otra opción, para mí.
Tenemos Roberto, our hermano Roberto Pérez.
Oh, my bestie. Shout out to Urban Pilon. He got cooking classes, virtual cooking classes. Yes, and he has a whole line of sofrito shirts. So go holla at my best friend. You know, that's always love. And he has always been one of my strong supporters. Always like, Ivelisse de chiquita. You know, I know Berto over 15, 20 years. So we've been rocking.
Nice. Yes, we definitely have to share that too.
Y también él fue el primero de mis primeras clases de la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón. He was my drummer, my first class, November 2009 en la casita de Don Pedro.
Wow, eso es poderoso. So, saludos a Roberto. Let's see. Jessica Flores, what was she asked? What was your motivation to start La Escuelita de Corazón, Jessica Flores, which is kind of what you mentioned now. So, and I know you answered that question earlier, but she asked, Jessica Flores.
Yeah, you know, to bring a new bate into the game, to explore, to, you know what I'm saying, ayudar y you know, for me to, you know, for me to teach in my ways of how I've lived Bomba, what I've had, you know, what I've learned and stuff, just dar de mí para un bate, and it's really dope. It's really dope. La escuelita tiene una vida bien bella. Bien bella.
So before we wrap it up, and so if anybody's doing this and has not taken your class and is interested, it's kind of like, I don't know, would it be, tell us, okay, what will be the experience? I will put the information for how to register, or the information so they could go, not to register, but go straight to your page, Escuelita Bombera de Corazón. But what should they expect when they start their session?
What? La Escuelita Bombera de Corazón. Ooh, you're going to get realness. You're going to get knowledge. You're going to get your practice. And I'm not saying that they're not doing this any other way. It's like any people that I've respect que tienen sus clases de bomba también, like una cosa bella. But, you know, en la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, you're going to have fun. You're going to learn. I have different levels of bomba. So it's not something that I'm rushed, you know, that is rushed. But I'm also educating about this not being like a, como yo le digo, como un hit it and quit it. You know, let me learn this and then go. No, vénganse pa' acá. You're going to learn. You're going to get a lot of resources. La Escuelita Bombera de Corazón is just not a one way. Uno sale de la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón conociendo y haciendo conexiones con maestros que a lo mejor, you know, you haven't had, you know, the chance to learn and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful thing. You know, we welcome you and what you want to learn, whether you want to learn drumming and dancing and just the history part of it, or you want to learn, or you just want to learn a little bit of what it is, bomba and stuff like that. It's all love. And we're all learning, so it's an ongoing learning bomba school, and it's really dope. And we're about to make 11 years, November 9th, and it's really dope porque es una escuelita de la diáspora. Y eso es bien importante because los boricuas, boricuas aquí, boricuas allá en la diáspora, en la China, en Puerto Rico, we are all boricuas y somos toda gente. So it's a beautiful thing. It's so dope. It's so dope to see these movements, you know, and all of us come together. Tú sabes, porque nosotros tenemos nuestras escuelas de bomba, but we also share space and how we're feeding people and stuff like that. So si vienes para la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, eso es a gozar, aprender, a gozar más y a aprender aún más.
Aprender. Bueno, so I am going to go ahead and start wrapping it up. I say thank you again, Ivelisse. I am so grateful again to share the space, although virtually. I would have loved this to be in person like we planned originally, but I'm glad that I still have the opportunity to share the space with you, to have you on here. Again, you're aligned with my mission of celebrating, you know, the beauty of our communities that are part of the beautiful blanket we call the African diaspora, not only in Latin America, but here in the US. So I just want to thank you. I want to say Happy Mother's Day. I think
thank you.
Yes, and I'm grateful to the beauty and the energy that that you emit. La energía tuya es algo muy lindo y quiero que sepa la gente que coja la clase. When you register for the class, you're gonna feel that it's not only just learning something, but that energy is, I'm sure, is going to be able to be received. And it's part of healing, right? It's just part of being able to self-preserve. I think that Bomba is part of self-preservation, not only for the ancestors that created Bomba and the Afro-Boricuas 400 years ago, right? But it's also self-preservation for us still, for those that hear it, or take a class to learn how to dance it, or for you that is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Level you are, I think Bomba it's a beautiful way of self-preservation and self-healing.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Ay, celebrar la vida, las buenas, las malas, pero celebrar que estamos aquí.
Yeah, Bomba, como dicen allá, Kelly, con Julia, Bomba y Denise, my BB for life, Bomba es vida, y te quiero dar a ti las gracias. Thank you so much for having me. Everybody that's live right here, thank you so much. Just, I know I got friends, tengo corillo, and people that I have yet to meet, y lo que sea, gracias por el apoyo. And thank you for having me. Your work that you're doing is beautiful, focusing, on interviewing people and just, sharing space and really being about the AfroLatina Natural. Es una cosa bien bella. So gracias a ti por el trabajo. Thank you to everyone that has supported me, has supported la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, y vamos a seguir sumando porque eso es lo que hay.
Claro, así vamos, pa'lante, fuerte, como decimos en Santo Domingo, activado.
Activado, no, nosotros también le decimos en Puerto Rico, activado. So, la Escuelita Bombera de Corazón, I will be putting out the schedule on Sunday. So, tomorrow, for Mother's Day, I will be putting out the new classes. So, come and join us. Happy Mother's Day a toda esa gente, a todas las mujeres que son madres, que son bellas, que mira, que hasta ayudan. It takes a village to criar un niño. So, Happy Mother's Day en lo que tú haces como madre. So, gracias. Thank you so much. Happy Saturday, y'all. Gracias, AfroLatina.
Te quiero mucho.
Nos vemos.
Y seguimos para adelante. Gracias a todos
Yes.
que fue parte de la sección, and share away, even if when we finish it, please share away, so other people have the opportunity to get to know Ivelisse Díaz, someone you should know that is amazing, a powerhouse of a woman. Nos vemos. Adiós.
Thank you so much. Nos vemos, corillo.